Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you are having a beautiful time. Just one quick talk we're going to be having today is how to be able to buy property in a very affordable way, right? Now, this is a very important conversation. I would want everybody to really pay attention to, right? Because it is important to see how you can be able to really maximize return in your investment, right? I continue to talk about making investments in a very most smart way. Okay, so buying property very affordable is very important because it helps you to be able to save more money even as you are buying. Okay, at the purchasing time you're already on profit already, though naturally everybody tends to appreciate, that's for sure, right? But there are ways, strategies you can be able to buy property very affordable, and you rest assured that you are going to make so much return. Okay, so that's a very great conversation we're going to be having today, and I welcome you one more time. Just sit back to be able to enjoy this particular brief talk we're going to be having. But let me just dive straight to the conversation right now. Good. Welcome back. So what we're going to talk about is the ways to buy property very affordable. One of the one we're going to discuss today is what we call the off plan, right? Now, off plan is basically a situation where you have opportunity of buying into a particular project when it's about when it's at a foundation level, when it's at a ground floor. You know, most times people tends to be rushing properties, or they will literally know purchasing of properties when it's already standing at the building. This is not what we're talking about right now. Okay, we're talking about when the property is on a foundational level, you're able to queue into it that time and then be able to take advantage of the price. Now, I don't know whether you've actually come across different real estate companies that probably they are advertising, call it different kind of options of off-plan projects that people can be able to key into. That's what I wanted to discuss right today, because that is a very amazing off-plan project that I would not want you to miss out from. Right now, off-plan project is, for instance, the company actually want to build a terrace apartment, they want to build a semi-detached duplex, or they want to build a fully detached duplex, and you decide to buy into that project at a very early time as an investor. That makes you so much money. Now, for instance, when the company actually want to build a particular project, they might decide to launch a particular price of a property at let's say 15 million naira as an example, or let's just come down to something reasonable. Let's say 1 bedroom apartment. A company can decide to launch it at an off-plan project at an off-plan price of 10 million, right? Once the company is done with that particular project, you realize that that property you paid for 10 million naira for a single 1 bedroom probably will be selling between let's say 15 to 20 million naira immediately. So most times you make almost 100% return on your investment as they are completing the off-plan, as they are completing the project. So it is important to be able to have a well-trusted real estate company, have a well-trusted brand that you can be able to gradually queue into their off-plan project as they continue to launch it. And it's one thing you would not want to miss out from. Okay, and right as I'm speaking to you today, it's going to be an interesting one to tell you that there is a project that is right in front of us that's happening live in Kayami. I'm going to discuss that with you. Kayami is a district in Abuja, one of the most finest areas that is very close to the international airport, and of course has a very direct connection to Edu. That's the train station that is happening in Abuja. So this is a beautiful location where you can be able to buy an off-plan project, and you rest assured you're going to make something quite substantial in a shortest period of time. That's number one. Okay, now the number two, you can be able to buy property cheaper as well, is to ensure that you position yourself at a pre-launch price. Okay, now pre-launch phase is more of like you deciding to know when companies are actually coming up with a new project, right? And as they're laying out the structure of the pricing, for instance, it basically happens on let's say a company decide to launch a particular landed property, and at that time the company say, okay, this particular property we are launching at this pre-launch price at so rate. Very important. So if you're actually buying into that time when it's at a pre-launch price, you rest assured that you're going to be making something very great in the shortest time. I'll give an example, right? We actually launched a particular project about 31st of August. One plot of land of 250 square meter was going for 3.9 million as of 31st of August. Now, we equally had another one as well, which is the 350 square meter going for 5.5 million, and then the 450 square meter for 7 million. Ladies and gentlemen, can you imagine that between the time of 31st of August 2024 to 10 days after that, that's about 10th to 15th of September, that property increased almost by let's say 35%, okay, or let's say 30%. Now you can imagine the price of how much people have realized at that particular time. So in the shortest time of about 10 days. So sometimes some companies decide to be very generous with their prices and decide to give a very affordable offer when they are actually setting up a particular project, just to make sure that people queue into that. So you want to go home with this particular information right now that's really going to help you make so much money. Please don't forget, I mentioned two things here. Buy property when it's at the off-plan state, and at the same time, queuing into project when it's at the pre-launch price. So thank you so much for staying to the end. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and remain connected to this channel, because what we're doing is to ensure that we continue to give you one of the most finest, the best, and the most incredible real estate offers that can help you make so much money. Housing Professor, helping you to build a transgenerational wealth in your investment portfolio. Thank you so much.